All right, that seems to be working. That seems to be working. All righty, howdy, folks. Welcome to another Wood Turning Wednesday. My name is Dave. I'm a wood turner. And we're hopping back into a project we started just before January. So I'm starting a little bit early tonight, but I wanted to get a little bit of extra time with this project. I've kind of been fiddling with it a little bit today because it's been about 6 weeks since I messed with it. So I was checking it out and reminding myself where I was at. And I see I needed to make a couple of adjustments. Let's. So I've got the top and the bottom. And what I did notice, so this is another reason why I want to get in here, is that I got a big air bubble. This was actually covered with wood. There was just a tiny, tiny hole here. And was this at the bottom or the top? I think this was at the top of the pour. So somehow or another, I missed getting air out of there. So I got to do something about that later. But I have here my little inset for the grinding mechanism. This is the bottom. I'm going to work with that. And the body of it. And I have this really nice piece of, well, this came off the end of the blank actually, but this will make a really nice drawer, which is a big reason why I got to get these walls parallel. So let's shift these over this direction. Well, that shouldn't be touching. There. Groovy. How do I want to do this? This is the bottom. This is where the drawer actually has to match. I got a little bit of up here is not so, up in this section here is not so critical. That's where the drawers go, and they need those walls parallel, especially if I turn this diameter down to fit right inside there. And my idea is that I will turn that drawer, and then this piece that I'm cutting off will be the face of the outside of the drawer. That's the right or correct radius for the outside, right? And then turning this down to the inside diameter would be the perfect radius for the inside. What I need to make sure of is that when I cut this drawer section out, that it is 90 degrees here, so that when I pull this, so I don't have to change the shape of this. I don't want to have to cut it straight. I want it to be able just to slide right in, right at the front, and this guy will face off the whole unit as the drawer face. That's the plan. Let's see where we get to today. Let's see. I think let's try this first. I may need to change the jaws on this guy and get the larger jaws, but I'm going to try this out. With an expansion hold. If I can do this, then solves a lot of my problem. However, I also have it on the wrong side. Okay. Groovy. So I'm going to start off with my sidewall scraper. Can I get far enough? No. So I'm going to start off with this guy, get that wall parallel, and then probably finish it off with one of two tools, most likely this 1/4 inch skew. All right, a little bit more light here. Yeah, I could probably come up just a skosh for my center. I don't want to cut above center, but I really don't want to cut below center. Above center, I guess, actually is a little bit better than below center with this scraper, but it'll get really, really aggressive. So I want to be just slightly at or slightly below. So that did all right. It's nice to be able to ride on the curved surface of the shaft, which is why I'm grabbing my 1/4 inch skew. The curved surface on this skew is on the heel end, and ooh, that's a little bit too far below center for that guy. I think that might be okay there. All right, now I can grab my calipers. But I must find them. There they are. Actually, I can put this compass away. Anyway, to get to the span, it's been a while since I got to this project. I want to spend a little bit of time on it. Start a little bit early, I'll get a little bit more time on it. Good thing that's not very loud. Well, let's see if I can get this. No, it's not quite rounded. All right, let's go with this guy. Another way I can check this. like to use this technique also because it's really simple. Set this up inside. Let's see, I want that far. And then check it along the waist. See if I can get my hand in there and not have everything in the way. So I needed what, 2.5, 2 3/4. Come on now. All right, so a little bit more work to do. I'm going to put a fresh edge on this, dress this edge, this burr up. And I think I'll leave the grinder running for a little bit since I'm working with resin here. Well, I go so far before vibration becomes an issue. All right, let's bring this ruler back. I think I got a longer one. There we go. That'll do. A little bit more. I think I'm gonna get this guy in here. And go back to the grinder really quick. Just doing everything I can to make sure the parts are going to fit together correctly, especially since this is a custom. It's a one-off, right? A lot of stuff I do is one-off, actually. Really close. Go that far. I'm holding it at an angle, so it's throwing me off here. Come on, I'll do it over on this side. Okay, that looks like it's, oh man, it is really, really close. Right there. I don't know if I'm holding this right. There we go. Oh yeah, I didn't cut all the way through, so I can't see it. That's ready to go right there. There we go. Cool. All right, set you there. Okay, with that going, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side too. Although I don't know, man. I don't know if that really, it doesn't really matter a lot. As long as that's clean in there, and it is. Although I've got, yep. Let's go ahead and do it. So I will say that I have shut off my grinder prematurely. Hit this burr again. Alright, so I got that part done. Let's see. I don't have to go very far, but nah, let's just work with it. That's a fairly smooth surface now. I'm not getting any chatter. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, groovy. So that bit's done. Now that I have this in place, let's see. Actually, I think I need to make a jig. I think I might need to make a jig. What I need to do, what I want to do, is this is the bottom, so I want to take this down about an inch. I have another project that I could use this for, so it's not going to be a waste, but I want to shorten this a little bit. Oh, I didn't think about that. Let's see. Oh no, that'll be okay. All right. Do I need to make a jig for that guy? Rubber Chucky would be nice. I don't know if I could put a rubber Chucky on the tail stalk. I don't have one. But I wonder if that's a. I have to look up rubber Chuckies. I need to get one. All right, let's put that away. What else do I do? Those go down in the drawer. So. And you know I am early, so I want to double check. Yep. Waiting for my phone to catch up in the garage of no signal. Okay, cool. Just making sure that I am actually streaming. Yes, I am. All right, let's see. What is my next step here? All right, so on this guy, I'm going to have to actually cut this all the way through. I just left the line, but I wasn't sure exactly where I need to put my 90-degree cut on the face. So I need to cut through there all the way with that oscillating tool. Then I'll use a saw, I think, a hand saw to get to the right spot. I'll have to make a little jig for it, which is fine. That should be fun. And that will let me see inside when I slide the jig in. Make sure that I have. So I get to make a really thin jig. That's pretty cool. This should be interesting, technical, whatever. And I want this to be. I think I do. I want to take it down a full inch. I do. I do believe. I don't know if I'm going to fill this in or not. That little divot. I think I'm going to leave that. I'm going to soften that corner there while I sand it. But taking this down will give me a really nice piece for another sculpture that I've got too. So looking at this, I was thinking, yeah, it looks a little bit taller than I wanted. So we're going to go with this. Yeah, let's see. Do I need a... I think I probably need to make a jig for that so I can bring my tailstock up, because... Although, is that super... I know what I can do. So let's make sure, because I wrote B for bottom. All right, there's my bottom. We don't want to go cutting stuff off that doesn't need to be cut off. if I make a jig that fits in there really tight, that's not a good thing. Okay. Because even when it separates, even if I've got a jig that fits in, there's nothing holding on to it. It's a live center. That would not be a smart move, I think. But what I can do is bring this up so that when it does separate, it won't go anywhere. That is enough of a line. I want the thinner parting tool. And you know what? I do want that skew again. Oh, well, I'm going to need it anyway. Why is it not over? Oh, it's not over here because it fell off the lathe. There it is. I mean, it was over there. It wasn't on in my tool racks. It was on the floor. Okay. I'm going to hone this just a little bit. Dang, I keep forgetting. It's been a while. Yeah, by now, I would have already put a new grind on this. This skew definitely needs one. I haven't been out to the shop for, well, not for any length of time for a while because it's just been so darn cold. All right, groovy. Smell that resin. All right, let's get this guy at the right height. That's actually probably a little high. Yep. Alrighty then. I thought I'd be broken through by now. There we go. So saved the piece, nothing came flying off the lathe. Try to make things as safe as possible. So now this guy will be really good on another project I've got. I got another sculpture that I have in mind. Let's see. Let's go with this guy. And that is flat. So did well there. Alright, let's take care of that edge. Let's see, I don't need that right yet. So now this is the top, which I thought that might be an issue. So I'll have to make a minor adjustment for the top. Doesn't have to be much. Okay. So we got that. So move that to the side. Let's see, I can't use this chalk for that process. Oh, well, doggone it, but I could use it for what I need to do with this guy. So let me do this first. Okay. Groovy. Easy there, cowboy. Actually should check that, shouldn't I? Yep. Need it running straight. easier just to have this on hand, I think. Easy there, killer. Grab that ruler that fell off. There we go. All right. Probably the closest I'm ever going to get it again. So it's not 100%, but it's like 99. So I'm going to go with that. All right, so this is the bottom. That makes this the top. I need just a little bit. But maybe I can do it from there. Well, I got this dude in there. And it's lined up. You know, I think it's probably be a smarter, now that I see, I probably should have checked this first. Well, you know what? I'll still take a little bit off here. Okay. Yeah. Just a little bit. Oh man, that's really, really close. Oh man, yeah, it won't. It's almost there. She is almost there. Just realized that here I am moving the tailstock back, or the banjo back and forth, and I really don't need to. Just swing this out of the way. Oops, I'm gonna do it again. There. Yes. Okay, groovy. That was all I needed to do there for now. Let's see, I gotta fill that in later. And then, however, I'm going to seal these burr and bark inclusions. But that will not be on the lathe. So, all right, got that going. So now that fits for here. We're that far. Yeah, that's a nice fit. That is beautiful. Does it seem like there's a gap there? Let's take my square. Well, nope. It's square, so it is a trick of my eyes. Okay, move these aside. Now I've got this guy. And I needed to put a block down in there. And what I think I'm going to do, because I've got one. That is definitely the right size. And I don't need, let's see, it'll be down that far. But I don't want to lose too much of this. Although the face, that would be okay, because the face is going to cover the hole. So I can air a little bit. On the slightly thicker side so that I can face it off here, because I'll have to do another route to get this to sit all the way down in there with that plug in there. And then I can work on cutting this out for the drawer. And then I can make, then I think it's time to work on that jig I was talking about. And I may not actually have, let's see. This might work just fine if it's, yeah, it's not wide enough. But that thickness is perfect. It needs to be able to go touch the sides. So I'll see what else I've got that's credit card size thickness. Or if I have to, I'll turn something. That's just the way it is. Okay, so let's work on this first. Don't need that feller. Oh, yeah, I don't want to leave that in there. I do need to hold on to that there. So in thickness, how are we doing? And if I take off, there. So that gives me, what, 5/16? Yep, 5/16. That's not going to be enough, I think. So I'm going to save this guy just for the drawer. I've got another piece of burl wood that is also has bark inclusions. Actually, I got a couple more pieces, but I have one specifically marked up and set aside that now I didn't need. Now I realize I didn't need to mark it up, but I thought I was going to use it for the drawer, actually. And I am not, so let me grab that's right here. And I just need to turn off plug it will fit in there. This wood will match. Excuse me. And well, it'll be close. It won't be perfect. Let's see. I don't have any more of this stuff. Okay. So it won't be perfect, but that's okay. It'll be on the inside covering that. So I'm going to start off between centers. And I've got my centers marked. Hopefully it will be really close. It's close, but it's not quite. There. We'll go with that. Oops. Well, that's interesting. Camera 1 is not working. Let's go with that guy. There we go. See, this is a weird. I just don't get what the heck is going on here because, like, but it could just be that it's the app, or I guess they call it an app now. The program and the operating system, since it is Life in Pain, says happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. How far do I got to go back? That's it. Okay, very, very cool. First time chatter, inferior realtor. Oh, viewers, thanks for the spam bot. Okay, let's go. It's all going to clear, except for that little bit. There we go. You're not supposed to move. So I'm lining up my cut, right? Got my ABCs, my anchor there, anchor on my body. The bevel is pointed in the direction of travel that I want to go. And here I'm right on the bevel. I am riding that bevel, not making a cut. So what I have to do to make the cut is slightly turn the tool in and engage the edge. But I can sit there and rub the bevel all day long. I don't like to use the word rub the bevel when you're turning because that doesn't do anything. You gotta, but it will help you find your spot, the direction that you want to travel. You can rub that bevel, and then come off and engage the edge of the tool. And I'm just using my body mechanics. I'm in a little bit of an L. It's kind of a modified L stance. I can't really turn my back foot parallel where I'm standing, but essentially it's an L stance. I'm getting everything set, ready to go to start my cut. And then I'm just leaning forward at a speed that feels like the tool is cutting efficiently. I don't want to go any faster than the tool can cut. I'm not moving my arm. I'm moving my hips, knees, and ankles, and just allowing my body to take the tool right down the tool rest. That way, I'm not beating myself up. The tool's doing the work. The force, most of the force is going right down into the tool rest where I want it to go. I don't want the force to go through my body. I don't need to beat myself up for that. Still got a little bit to go, but I don't think. Yeah, I got plenty to go. All right. All right, so now it's finally round. I'm going to take this opportunity to take a look here. I think I want to use more of this side. So I'm going to put a 10 in here so that I can put this thing in the chuck and then I can face it off, size it properly, cut that disc off, and be able to put it right in. Here's my dovetail. Now I can take it out from between centers and I can actually cut it size, work it, all that. Let's get rid of the elbow poker guy since we're not using him right now. And this has got to come off. So. Then I'm going with this guy. I like doing projects like this because, you know, it's like everything has to be fit together. Everything has to be turned just so, you know, within certain tolerances that you're willing to put up with, I guess. But still, this kind of stuff is I enjoy this. I enjoy all of it. This is fun though. Okay, let's make sure that I am not at center. There we are. Oh no, I just realized I don't have my computer covered. So right there, I'm at center. Need to grab that little cloth really quick. It's right inside the door here. Okay. Getting dust all over the keyboard, and that's not a good thing. See, I started early and didn't have everything prepared. Could have done the same thing with a bowl gouge. I just wanted to. I'm getting a little bit of figure in there. All right. That was just me goofing off. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. It's all practice, right? Okay. A little too tall. Don't really need to worry about that dim point because I can point that down. I was really trying to see if I was going to get any figure in there. I think I'll expose more of it getting into it down here. So let's start sizing this dude. You were so close, but now you're not. Oh, that'll still work because I do have to. Yeah. Actually, I can just size it to fit. right inside here. That way I don't have to route a channel. Just thought about that, man. Saved myself a little work, I hope. That appears to be about right. So we'll open it up just a skosh. Work. Taking great care not to touch both points to that. That would be a little more exciting than I'd want it to be. Let's see, I can go, actually I can go right into the side here. And yeah, I can use that guy. Okay. Let's raise this up just a bit. You know what? I would just feel a little bit better. Don't need a lot. I just need some kind of support. I would think there's plenty, yeah. Give me plenty to work with and be able to part off. Okay. Now. I don't think I need that anymore. Sneaking up on my line so I don't go too far. I really don't want there to be any appreciable gaps. To collect anything from grinding. You know, I think I'll swap camera view, get rid of this guy, because I don't really need it. That helps with the video a little bit. Well, maybe I could use it. That's really close. Well, might have been wrong about the light. Alrighty then, this is annoying me. I can do better. There we go. Bingo. All right. Now I need to port that off. But before I do that, what's my depth look like? And give myself a little more room. Okay, let's see. Parting tool. Parting tool. There it is. Beautimous. Beautimous, yes. Okay. And I do prefer to not part all the way through. It's just a general rule. Sometimes it's just more efficient to do it that way, but this way I don't have any torn out grain. Not that it really is going to matter, to be honest, since I'm going to face this off with once it's glued into place. But there we go. Okay, set this guy aside right there. Very well, let's try the other camera. Very nice fit. So I can glue this down. Actually, I want to put this in the chuck and give it just a little bit of a bevel. Give it some room for glue, and so that it will sit flat on the inside. Now, I guess that isn't a huge deal breaker either, to be honest, since, let's see how flat it is. Well, all right, so you're not gonna work the way you are. How deep does this go? That was a good catch. Oh, so I've got a good 3/16 of an inch. But that is sitting flat. Let's put it all together. And then when the drawer slides in, that will be the bottom on the inside, since I, whoops, hollowed this whole bit out. So okay, I'm done with that part, I do believe. Oh boy. Okay. And it took a dive, but that's okay. All right, so I need to glue these things together in a bit. And then once that's glued in place, then I have this to hold on to it and face it off. Okay, cool. I will have to decide where I want my grain to run, but I guess it doesn't really matter. I think I will run it in the direction that the drawer is going to slide. Yeah. Okay. So that's done. Oh, excuse me. Now I need to cut all the way through here and get ready to create a jig, I think. Yeah. The oscillating tool, which is right here. Which reminds me, I've got to make that cut for the bottom part of this too. Come on. Cool, man. You can do this. I just bonked the camera with my big head. So let's fix that. Okay. And there's my, I think that's the plunge cutter. Is that a plunge cutter? Nope. That is right there. Okay, let's see. How do I lock this down? Well, maybe it'll be fine the way it is. Let's find out. All the way through. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So now that should slide all the way through. Yes. And then I just need to work on where my 90 degrees at. So I've got that bit done. While I am in this mode, B for bottom. I need to brighten up those, darken those lines a little bit. Let's see. I'll take that guy. That guy. There we go. And hopefully this will work out well. Let's do this though. Very cool. And no damage. Yes. I was really worried that I might damage that. I got no damage. Cool. All right, now I need to make that jig. Where's that card? Yeah. All right, so looking at this, so that is flush on the inside with this bottom surface, so that is awesome. Let's get this guy put away. I will be coming back to you, don't you worry. Okay, material. Let's see, what do I got back here? Do I have it? Formica would be like freaking perfect if I have any. But that means I also need a light of flashiness. Oops, what was that? Oh, that was something. Can't use that. Oh, yeah, that would work too. I think. Yeah, that would work too. Worst case scenario, I have a small spare lid that I can cut. But Formica would be nice. Let's see. Cedar, I don't have. What's that? Oh. It is not Formica. Oh, wait. I think I'm looking in the wrong spot. Yes, I am. Did I use it all up? No. All right. So let's see if this is thin enough. Nope. Ooh, it's close. All right, so maybe I can use that, but maybe I should probably go with the plastic lid instead. What are you? 320. Don't need 320. So, okay, let's set that. Now, is that the only piece that I have? Flashlight. What I got here? Ooh, that's a little thicker, actually. Okay, so that looks like that's the 4 mic I have to work with. But I do know this would work too. It's not quite as thick as the credit card, but what I really need, or maybe it is, I don't know. I won't know until we cut it up. So I need to cut it. I don't need to cut it square, I need to cut it round. And wouldn't you know it, that's what I need. What am I going to use? I know what I will use. Oh no, I'm letting all the warm air out. Okay, is that the right? Yes, that is the correct knife. And then come on, I know there's got to be one small enough in there. There it is. Okay. That completes the circle. Groovy. Cool beans, and if that doesn't work, well, we'll go with them 4 mic. Formica will just be more difficult to cut. Very cool. What else did I dump on the floor here? Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna need those later. Okay. So I'll have to get my saw in there, which is not a big deal, but I will have to open that up even more. Whoopsie, doggone it. Okay, so I need to find where that 90 degrees is, so that this will slide. This will be the drawer. It'll slide and it will fit right in place with the face attached to it. Oh, that kerf is a lot smaller than this. Okay. Wait, what do I got in here? Oh, how thin is this? A lot thinner. Okay. So I think I will grab. Nope, not that guy. Where you did go, my friend? It might not be thick enough, but we'll find out. Can't use it for that anyway. All right, thinkity think. How are we gonna do this? I think maybe if I grab. Nope. Where are you? Oh, you are. It's too thin. I wonder if I grab two saw blades. That might do it. Well, you know what? Actually, this is what we're working with, right? So yeah. It's going to be a little trickier than I thought, maybe. Which is okay. So if I make this, then I will have this. So we are getting there. I guess I do need to use this to get that curve I need. Ouch. Okay. Getting closer by the minute. Okay. So I'm getting to the point where I think what I need to do is I need to go grab a keyhole saw, because that will be saw kerf wide enough to finish this job. But I'm far enough there, so I should. All right, let's move this. So I think I may be at an actual stopping point way sooner than I thought I'd be. Oh, well, not exactly. Actually, I can turn the drawer. But as far as working on this piece, I'm pretty close to being as far as I can get without getting a different saw that I don't have right here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to help myself out here. Hey, get back here. Give myself the lines to cut out to. So nice if you take your time with this guy. These saws, they look really nice. So then when I cut the face out, I'll have that line to follow. All right, so I'm going to stop there for now. You know that guy fits in there. That's nice. And I'm going to turn the actual drawer here. So I don't need this guy anymore. That might do it. Although that's about the same. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Oh, I'm not sure. Okay, set you there, you there. Move the Formica, put it back. Okay, now. Okay, groovy. Don't tell me this is the big guy. It is. There we go. All right. So get rid of. I'll use it. It'll be a pain in the butt. All right, I'm going to get rid of the live center, the elbow poker guy. Oh, no, dude. We want that. So I'm going to do a little bit of hogging off first. I guess I got to remove quite a bit of material. Oops. He's so pretty, but it's all going to be hidden away. Oh man, that really makes me think like I want to use this for something else because that is so pretty. I mean, it'll look nice when you pull it out of the thing too, like it's all of a piece. You know what? Yeah, we'll go with it. I shut my mouth now because it does match. It's the same. It's right off the end of the blank, so the everything will match. Yeah, when you pull the drawer out, that'll be a nice little surprise. So yeah. Ouch! Piece of resin broke off. Hate it when that happens. Oh, hearing weird noises. Sounds like I guess a plane's flying overhead. I also apparently live in flight path. God, it's just gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Man, that'll look really nice when it comes out. Really pretty wood. A little too tight yet. Whoops, that ain't gonna work. Okay. Trying to raise up my tool rest. I'm stuck on the jaws there. A bit closer. Something like that, maybe. Oops, I'm too close with the tool rest. All right, I can see that is giving my skew some hiccups there. Time for a sharp tool. Nice. Okay, that'll work. Let's see, it won't be that tall anyway. It only be about that tall. Okay. So if it is only 2¼ inches tall, then I am only going to turn it into a bowl shape at 2 inches deep. Something like that. It'll be that tall. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hey, now, don't you be taking a dive off the lift, too. What speed am I turning? Okay. flashlight? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to have to seal some of this because of the bark inclusions, but that's okay. Magic pencil trick. Quite a bit to go. Did I take it back? I did. Okay. Where you at? There you are. Okay, put this guy away and bring this guy up. Just need a really light touch. Again, I know I say it a lot, but really, turning really is mostly finesse. If you are fighting the tool or fighting the process, then perhaps you should examine your setup. Shouldn't have to fight it. Not saying it's always easy, but you shouldn't be fighting your tools and the process on the lathe. It doesn't make it any fun then. So I got about 1/4 of an inch. That's a lot of space though. So I think I'm going to leave it. And then somewhere on here, I'm going to carve a little bit of a pour spout on the inside so that they can tell. I don't know if that really makes any difference or not, but I think I'm going to do that. So that will be the drawer. Not that deep, but fits right in there. So that also, well, okay, so I want to put a little bit of a pour spout in there, but I also want to round this off a little bit so that as things fall down as they're being ground, they'll mostly want to go that way into the bowl. But not so much that I don't have anything that I can carve into. All right, I think that'll be all right. Yeah, I should round that off a little bit too. Although that I can do with this. Then I just need to seal a couple of places inside. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that's changed now. You know, I think it's changed now. I think I got rid of any kind of voids that were any serious. I mean, this isn't a mortar and pestle. This is just to catch all the stuff that gets ground. I think I want to get that down a little bit. Okay, one more check here real quick. Okay, so the inside bottom of the drawer is right here on this line. Actually, it's a little bit above that line. It's actually about 3/16 of an inch above that line, which means I've got plenty of material here that I can get this to be a perfect fit, turning this. Yeah. And I did fit that in there, right? Yeah. I'm gonna go flashlight. Groovy. Perfect. Okay. Let me address this little bit here. Just a tiniest bit of a corner. Just a little bit. Okay, it's gone now. Ooh, I need to mark this. Let's see. This is number 2, so I need to mark it on this side. And I will mark it here. since that's resin down there. Okay, so there's the drawer finished. Let's see how it looks over here. Yeah, that's a nice curve. I can definitely carve a little bit of a pour spout in there. That'll be nice. But I do see something I want to address really quick before I say I'm fully done with that. A little bit of a tool mark. It is still there. So turning it up at an angle gives me a super shear scrape. Cleans up the inside. Really nice. And I have no need to sand that. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Okay, so this is done once. So it fits right in here. So the inner diameter of this drawer I will attach to the outside of this. It'll be a perfect fit. And then this drawer will fit in there once I get all that figured out. But now it's time to get this guy set up for gluing. I'm at the point now where I gotta glue. Can't really go much further. B for bottom. Okay, this is not working out. So I can get this guy off here now because I won't be using him for a while. Tomorrow maybe. Yeah, not too bad. 9:15. Started at what? 7:30? I can't remember. Started early. I think it was 7. Alright, so I want to line this up where it looks the nicest. I think that is probably a really good area right there. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm looking at something. Let's see. There is no resin on the inside there. But I do want the drawer coming out of one of the shorter lobes as opposed to the wider lobes of the oval. So line it up that way, which means this guy is going to need to be this way so that the grain runs in the direction of the drawer slide. Trying to get this lined up in a spot that I like. Let's see, would that be it? Nope. I'm gonna go this way. Not gonna matter a whole lot. I mean, I'll be able to move this around. This is what I really need to set. What I do with that? I think I left it inside so that it wouldn't freeze. Oh. At least, oh yeah, there it is. At least I thought I did. Okay, don't need that anymore. So this burl is going to soak up some of this glue. There we go. We're close. There. Well, that will still go back together, right? Yes. There's no glue residue, but I can. Nice. Nice. Cool. All right. That worked out really, really well. Nothing to complain about there. And then let's see. I really well. That's really, really close. So I'm going to leave that in place. Let that glue set up. As far as I can go with this guy. This guy is finished except for the final outside shape. This guy is all set except for I've got to do some resin work and fill that in. So I got some work cut out for me. That's all right. This is coming together pretty nicely. It'd definitely be one of a kind. That's gonna be awesome. All right. I wonder, I should be able to take that out, right? Without moving anything around. Oh, I just moved it. Stop, Dave. All right, I'll leave that in place. And take all this inside. All right, I will be right back. Oh, shit. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's, set it right there. Nice. That's really coming together nicely. These kind of projects take longer, but it's because every single piece has to be made. I didn't have to, I guess. I mean, if I went to flat boards and made it square, as the kit here suggests, then I would not be doing all of that too. But I don't want a square one. I don't want to gift a square one. I want to gift a round one. One moment, please. All right, needed to blow my schnoz. Oh, hey, we're a little bit dirty there. But now we can swap. Turn that off. Okay, groovy. All right, so 9:30. Not quite as long as I mean, I got as far as I could go with the piece, which is fine. I've got now some resin work, a little bit of sealing work, blah, blah, blah. So I will bring it back. Well, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday we'll be back, and I'm thinking we can get everything together. Yeah, so next week this project should be completely finished, which will be groovy. It'll be cool. So I'll be back again Tuesday and Wednesday evening next. I normally stream 8 to 11 Tuesday and Wednesday, so we'll be back again next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. As always, I appreciate the support. Thank you for the follows, the subscriptions. Thank you for participating in chat. All of that helps to support this channel and get it out in front of more people. I want to reach as many people as I can. For many people, woodturning is kind of intimidating, and I can see that. You know, it's and it was for me when I started too. But you know, learning the basics, getting the tool handling skills down, and then practice, 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 and I find it is relaxing. A lot of the folks in our turning club that I talk to find it to be the same way. Not all of them. Some people always find it frustrating, but it's, you know, they don't want to. Well, they want to. They are very committed to their perspective. We'll put it that way, which is fine. That's fine. The reason I started this channel is to become a better teacher. I really enjoy teaching wood turning. Really enjoyed teaching beekeeping too. But I started this channel to become a better teacher and a better demonstrator. A better turner too. It's always more practice. That is the secret sauce. Practice, practice. And yeah, like that. So I'm going to wrap it up this evening. Hopefully, too, by next week, I might actually have the speech or the chat to speech thing working. I hope, but it might be it might be a Linux thing. I don't know if the everything's fully ported here or there. There's always going to be some little bit hiccup here and there. I'm pretty sure because Windows and Apple, Windows and Mac, are the most supported OSs. Linux is newer to the arena, I guess, and I don't remember when Linux, started becoming a regular programming language, but now they're starting to make apps and programs and stuff that work with Linux the same that those programs do for Mac and Windows. And it's nice to see some of the vendors who of these apps are actually doing the work themselves instead of leaving it on the shoulders of people in the wild who are doing, who do the coding and all that kind of stuff. People who make apps, I don't do that. Um, but I think it's pretty cool that now things are starting to get ported over to Linux. In the end, if this is all a test kind of setup for me to an upgrade from the last setup that I have. I've got if this does not work out well, if there are some of the features that I really like are the text to speech, where I don't have to watch the screen as often because the text is read to me and I can answer those questions on the fly. Sometimes I miss posts chats in the chat room because maybe I've got to scroll back, I'm turning, and maybe a few chats have gone by, and instead of having it spoken aloud, which is really helpful, I got to go hunt for it. So hopefully I'll have that running too. Anyway, it's not really messing, I don't think, with the quality of the stream, but I'm always trying, always working to improve the quality of the stream, the quality of the broadcast, all of that. I want to, I really want to know that people find value in this channel. So I'm always trying to improve it, improve how things are presented, improve the equipment, of course, and stream to more platforms. That's coming up in the near future too, to try to get to more platforms. I thought about Rumble, but I'm not really sure what's going on there with Rumble. I'll have to find out. But it's kind of, in my opinion anyway, my observation, and I don't know if this is accurate, but it kind of seems like it's in the same, Rumble is in the same kind of space that Linux is in right now. Under supported, but only because it's newer to the game. Google, YouTube, they have the huger market share. So all these other open source things like Linux, it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're working with it, and I'm hoping that this just continues to improve, and we get, I want another camera to. Little bit different setup. We'll work with it as we go. So that's it for me this evening. I'm going to wrap it up a little bit early. I've gotten as far as I can, as I said, with that project. I had not planned on. I thought actually I was going to go for another couple hours, but ran into a couple of left turns and right turns that we needed to take instead of going straight through. So I hope you'll join me next week. I hope you stay friendly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope to see you soonly. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 to 11. Now that the temperatures are above zero, I'll be out here. All right, folks. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Good night.